Hello, this is my school channel and my name is Abiola. For this video lesson, we'll be solving the JAMB CBT past question for the subject Chemistry the year 2021. Do not go anywhere, stay with us because we'll be right back. Welcome back to my school YouTube channel, and right here we are going to solve questions 1 to 20. So let's start with question number 1. Give the common name for the following compound. Okay, so we have the compound here. All right, so let's count the carbon atoms that we have. You can see we have times 2. So we have 2 carbon atoms right here. So that is 2, 3, 4. Okay, that is definitely buts or boots, B-U-T. Okay, for 4 carbon atoms. Then we can notice from here that we don't actually have maybe a double bond, a triple bond, just a single bond. So you know it's coming from alkanes, right? But that is not our focus right here. So how many hydrogen atoms do we have? We have times 2, right? So 3 times 2, we have 6 from this bracket or parenthesis. So we have 6, we have 7, we have 9. So basically we have C4H9, then Br, that is for bromine. Okay, so that is telling you that we're talking about a monoalloalkane, all right? And it has, once a monoalloalkane has 3 more carbon atoms, all right, it's going to exhibit structural isomerism. But we are not concerned about that. We are sticking with what the question requires, just the common name for this compound. So definitely it's going to be isobutyl bromide. So option A is the right option. Question 2. The enzyme that converts glucose to ethyl alcohol is what? That is Zyme, and we're talking about yeast. All right. This process is basically about fermentation. You know, that fundamental reaction where glucose is converted or glucose is broken down by this enzyme Zyme. All right, to produce your ethanol. This is the old name, ethyl alcohol. So either you are seeing ethyl alcohol or ethanol. All right, to produce ethanol and carbon 4 oxide. This is of course an exothermic reaction. Okay, so the enzyme that converts glucose to ethyl alcohol or ethanol is Zyme, option B. So option B is the valid answer. Question 3. The scientist who stated that matter can be converted into energy is Albert Einstein. Okay, so you know, when you think about this formula, this very popular formula, E equals mc squared. All right, so you are looking at mass energy equivalence, you know, the relationship between mass and energy. We'll give it to option D. Boyle's law, remember, pressure and volume, that relationship. Anthony Lavoisier, okay, we're talking about the major property or properties of oxygen. Okay, Avogadro's constant, remember that as well. So the correct option here is option D. Question 4. What is the Iupac name for the following compound? Okay, so let's count at first. How many carbon atoms? We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, then take notes as well. Then look at the number of hydrogen atoms that we have. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that is C3H4. Look at the bonds. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3. So we are talking about the alkynes, okay, with the general formula C2H2. All right, so basically you would have called this acetylene, but you can see there's an extra methyl here. So that is methyl acetylene or propyne, okay, Propyne. So this is the old name, okay. The Iupac name is propyne. All right, but let me just stick with the provision of the option supplied. All right, so the Iupac name should have been propyne, okay, but we have right here methyl acetylene. Okay, so I will just accept it. So option B is good to go. Question 5. What is the chemical name for the compound CuCO3? Okay, this is copper 2 triazocarbonate 4. All right, you can use the name cupric carbonate. But based on the provision we have here, I think I will just stick with the options, okay, that are viable. The option that is particularly viable. Okay, so I'm looking at copper 2 carbonate. Yeah, copper 2 carbonate. So This is the most appropriate based on the provisions that we have there. So option B is good to go. 6. A breath test used by traffic police to check drunken driving uses what? Okay, so we are talking about cocktail of potassium dichromate, silver nitrate, sulfuric acid, and water. Okay, so basically the silver nitrate actually serves as catalyst, all right, to facilitate the reaction between potassium dichromate and the alcohol, right, coming from the breath of the suspected driver, okay, that's under the influence. Okay, so the silver nitrate will just facilitate that reaction so that it can actually be carried out in this kind of environment, in this acidic environment. Okay, so that kind of device, you can refer to it as a breathalyzer. Okay, so a breath test used by traffic police to check drunken driver uses what? So we are looking at the mixture of reagents that are available or present. So we are looking at potassium dichromate, sulfuric acid. So let's just use this combo. This is the correct or the most appropriate options available. Option D is the right option. Number 7, which of the following is not a mixture? All right, so when you talk about mixture, you're talking about a kind of substance, all right, that contains constituents, okay, which you can easily separate using physical methods. All right, you're talking about probably a substance as well, all right, whereby you can actually say that they are not chemically combined together. All right, so let me just put it that way. So let's look at mixtures. What are the examples of mixtures? Air is a mixture of gases, okay? Milk, of course, is a mixture. Cement is a mixture that even involves limestone. You know that very well. You can also talk about calcium aluminate. All right, so mercury is an element, okay? It's actually a metal. All right, so this is an element. Mixture. So the correct option here is option B for mercury. Mercury is not a mixture. Question 8. Which of the following is a non-metal that remains liquid at room temperature? All right, so gas, monoatomic gas, diatomic gas. Okay, this is liquid at room temperature. Okay, some presentation will tell you dark brown, some will say red brown. Okay, but I think we should agree around brown with different shades. Okay, phosphorus is a solid. All right, so we are going to respond to the question this way. Which of the following is a non-metal that remains liquid at room temperature? That property belongs to bromine. So bromine is the correct option. Please be informed that you can build confidence and competence. All right, all you just need to do is to use any of the Myschool tools. Okay, so how do you do that? Just click on the link in the description below. This is going to get you to the Myschool website. Right there, you get to download the Myschool mobile app for your Android devices, or you can check out the Myschool software, okay, for your laptops. So join me as I solve question 9. Which of the following are chemical changes? Okay, chemical changes, we're talking about such kind of reaction that is not easily reversed, okay, and new substances formed. Okay, so examples of chemical changes, you can talk about burning, you can talk about rusting of iron, fermentation and decay, changes in electrochemical setup. Right, so let's go through this. Then we talk about physical change, it is easily reversible and no new substances form. Example of physical change, you can talk about things like freezing, okay, just like we have here, when you apply heat to water, okay, evaporation can occur. All right, boiling, then you can talk about evaporation as well. So you can see, so I think I've differentiated between physical change and chemical change with some examples based on the provision we have here. So freezing of water is heated up. Those are very good examples of physical changes. All right, so chemical changes, you can see cooking of food. There's a kind of breakdown and you can see new substances are formed. Okay, then you look at digestion of food. Imagine if you eat solid food, right? You can see that the food is broken down for the body to be able to extract energy as well as nutrients. Okay, so we see that. So which of the following are chemical changes? That is I and I. So the combination that has I and I, that is option A. So option A is the right option. Please do not forget that you just have to hit that like button for us. Also click on the subscribe button and always tap on bell notification for you to get informed immediately we upload the next video content. 10. The atomic weight of nitrogen is what? Okay, when you talk about atomic weight, you can also use the term relative atomic mass, okay, because you are getting the weighted average of atomic masses, okay, of the natural isotope of that particular element. So when you pick up the isotopes of nitrogen, the different isotopes, then you find their average, okay, that is what amounts to relative atomic mass or atomic weight of nitrogen. Okay, the same thing applies to other elements as well. So let's go through this together. Look at this. We have 10. Okay, 10 should be for boron, just to put it that way. Okay, though I think it's about 10.8 something. Okay, so this is B. This is for carbon. Okay, then this is 14. This is for nitrogen. Okay, the atomic weight of nitrogen is 14. This is 16. The atomic weight of oxygen is actually 16. All right, I think for nitrogen, I think it's about 14.0067 thereabouts, but we can bring it to 14. So the atomic weight of nitrogen is actually 14 based on the provision we have here. So option C is very good to go. Question 11. The gas which causes global warming is what? We should know that global warming actually is a kind of phenomenon, right? And this is caused by human activities. And these human activities, it actually generates the greenhouse effect, okay, caused by greenhouse gases. All right, so the greenhouse gases we're talking about that actually leads to global warming. We talk about carbon dioxide, okay, you talk about chlorofluorocarbons and others like that. Okay, global warming, you're talking about climatic change, okay, which goes around, you know, the increase in the Earth temperature, the temperature of the Earth's surface. Okay, so temperature is, you can see the warming, even if you can't really pick up much. When you talk about warming, you know, you're increasing temperature. So this is caused by greenhouse gases due to humans' activities. And such greenhouse gases, they include carbon dioxide, the CFCs, chlorofluorocarbon, and the like. So the correct option is option B for carbon dioxide. 12. Oxygen is absent in which of these substances? Okay, so let's go through them together. Kerosene, that is hydrocarbon, hydrogen carbon. Okay, so oxygen is lacking there. All right, soil, you know, soil is of course a mixture. You know, you have your clay, your humus, your sand, you know, you have your air, your water, your mineral salt, and the likes. So when you talk about glass and cement, you know, you are talking about one fundamental ingredient, okay, to put them using ingredients, okay, and that ingredient is your limestone. You can find your limestone abundantly in the earth's crust as your, yes, limestone, of course, is that useful ingredients, okay, to make any of this. All right, so, and this limestone, marble chalk, you know, they are the forms which you can find your calcium trioxocarbonate for CaCO3 in the Earth's crust. So CaCO3, you can find it in form of limestone, which is required to make glass, cement, and the likes. Okay, so this and this, of course, you can say calcium trioxoxygen. Okay, so you got the soil. I've mentioned there is air. Air is a mixture of gases. Kerosene, hydrocarbon, hydrogen carbon. Okay, I think in kerosene we have about 12 to 18 carbon atoms. You know, you can't really specify the chemical formula. All right, so the correct option here is option A. Oxygen is absent in kerosene. 13. A sample of any of the following substances disappear after some time when exposed to air, like your camphor, your naphthalene, or dry ice. This phenomenon is referred to as what is called what? That's sublimation, you know, conversion from solid directly into vapor or gas, okay, without passing through the liquid phase. All right, so evaporation, this occurs at all temperature. Okay, it's quite different from boiling. Okay, so we have diffusion of gases, you know, radiation of heat from the sun to the earth. Okay, so the correct option is sublimation, found in option A. 14. The maximum electron in end shell is what? Okay, so this is the fourth. All right, we have the K, the L, the M, and the N. So that's number 4. So the maximum number of electrons, you can just use the simple formula 2n raised to power 2. Okay, so the n raised to power 2, you're talking about, okay, what number of shell is it? That is number 4. Right, so that is 4 raised to power 2, that is 4 times 4, that is 16, then times 2, that is 32. So the maximum number of electrons in n shell is 32, option D. So option D is the correct option. 15. Neutrons were discovered by Sir James Chadwick, okay, Ernest Rutherford. We are looking at the nuclear structure of an atom. Joseph John Thomson, all right, that is electron. Then John Dalton, you can talk about the Dalton's atomic theory. So the correct option is option A for James Chadwick. 16. Which of the following is a form of calcium carbonate? Or you can talk about calcium triazocarbonate 4. Okay, so we know that calcium triazocarbonate 4 actually exists abundantly in the earth crust as limestone, marble, and chalk. And you should also take note that the eggshells, okay, they are entirely, almost, okay, a very good or a large amount of the eggshell is actually made up of calcium triazocarbonate 4 crystals. Okay, so all of this calcium carbonate or calcium triazocarbonate 4. So which of the following is a form of calcium carbonate? So I know this is a form, this is a form, this is a form, this is a form as well. So all of this. Okay, so that is presented in option D. So option D is the correct option. 17. Soaps clean surfaces on the principle based on surface tension. Some of the ways to reduce surface tension include addition of, or you are adding soaps or detergents, okay, increasing temperature. All right, so when you talk about viscosity, you are talking about the resistance of a fluid. You are measuring the resistance of a fluid to deformation. Okay, so flotation, just like the term implies or sounds, okay. Elasticity, you're talking about the ability or tendency of a particular object or body to regain its original shape, okay, after it has been compressed or extended. Okay, so surface tension is the correct option here. Soaps clean surfaces on the principle based on surface tension. So option D is very correct. You can ask your questions right now. All you just need to do is to click on the link in the description below. This is going to get you to the Myschool website. Right there, you can ask those questions and get our solution providers to help you out. So join me as I solve question 18. The reactivity of fluorine is due to what? It is due to its high electronegativity. When we talk about electronegativity of an atom, you're talking about the power of that atom in its molecules, okay, to attract electron. Okay, so you should take note of this, that the most electronegative elements, they are the reactive nonmetals, especially something like fluorine. Fluorine is regarded as the most reactive and the most electronegative elements. Okay, so you can see that now. So the reactivity of fluorine is due to its high electronegativity. Option A is the right option. You may have solutions or examples or contributions you'd like to make. Please, we are so much interested. All you just need to do is to use the comment section below. Please indicate the question number and the explanation or contribution you'd like to make. 19. The mass number of a nucleus is the sum of the proton number and the neutron number. So let's go through the supplies. Okay, A, always less than its atomic number. This is incorrect. Atomic number is actually proton number. So if mass number is proton number plus neutron number, definitely it should be greater than the atomic number. So A is invalid. B, the sum of the number of protons and neutrons present in the nucleus. This is very correct. So the mass number of a nucleus is actually the sum of the proton and neutron numbers. Okay, B is the correct option. Let's look at C. The mass number is always more than the atomic weight. This is incorrect because atomic weight has another name, which is the relative atomic mass. So that is, you look at the isotopes of a particular element and you sum up or you find the average of the atomic masses. Do Do you see that now? So like for instance, talk about chlorine, you can see, so once, okay, this particular isotope, look for the atomic mass, this particular isotope, look for the atomic mass, then you get the average. Okay, so you definitely, your atomic weight should be greater than your mass number. Okay, or the atomic mass. Okay, so it's a fraction. Oh God, no, this is not. So option B is the right option. Question 20. The mass of one Avogadro number of the helium atom is what? Okay, so you can just take this as 1 mole of that particular substance. So just take it this way. The mass of 1 mole of helium atom is what? Is actually 4.00 gram. Okay, so the Avogadro's number 6.02 times 10 raised to the power 23. Okay, that's for particles, right? So it can be, the particles you're talking about can be molecules, ion, atoms, or what have you. So for helium, the molar mass, of course, is 4.00 grams. So option B is the right option. We've come to the end of these video lessons, but there are definitely more video content to come. All you just need to do is to always hit the like button. Also, do click on the subscribe button and always tap on bell notification for you to get alerts immediately we upload the next video lesson just for you.